Hi everyone, this week's Wedding Minute topic is a little heavy, so bear with me. I'm going to be talking about step-parent and step-family involvement in your wedding day. I know this is kind of a touchy subject for some, for others it might be totally fine, but it's just definitely something that you guys will want to consider and talk about before the wedding day, just to make sure everyone's on the same page and everything runs smooth. We've had lots of different experiences. Personally, we both come from divorced families, so we have those different extensions in our own families, so we're very familiar with it. It's nothing to be, ashamed of or worried about, and I think the biggest thing in preparing for your wedding day is just communication and making sure that everyone understands where you sit and how the day is going to go. There are a few parts throughout the day where you can make sure you incorporate your step-parents and step-families, or just, again, preparing them to know what the day is going to look like so that there's no kind of awkward or shocking surprises that come up. The more you plan ahead, the less you'll have to worry about it on the actual wedding day. So first things first is in the morning when you're getting ready, whether your stepmother or stepfather are actually going to be in the room with you getting dressed, getting ready, just decide what you guys want and set the ground rules for that. Maybe you just have them come in and visit for a little bit. Maybe they don't do the full getting ready stuff with you, and maybe you do have a good relationship with them where they can actually come help you get dressed and kind of be a part of that in a more meaningful way. Another question that couples usually aren't 100% sure of is like where different family members will be seated during the ceremony. So again, that's kind of your comfort level. If you want them in the same row as your other parent, that's totally fine as long as they're going to be cordial. But let them sit in the same row, or maybe the first and second rows will be taken up with both sets of parents and step siblings and so on. Where they sit is obviously something that you're going to want to talk about beforehand, because you don't want them to walk up the aisle and then be surprised finding it, like not really knowing where they're going to sit. So definitely something to consider. The next big important thing is family pictures. With most of our couples, we talk in pretty good detail about who is going to be in what picture. So, because I personally like to be very prepared for that. I don't want to be wondering and waiting and trying to figure out who belongs to who. So just know or make that decision if you're going to be in a picture with both your parents together, and then we can do a picture of with each of them separately, and then also each of their individual families if either of them are remarried and have other kids and stuff like that. There's no shame, there's no reason to make this part uncomfortable. It's all just in how you prepare for it. We'll have a list of people that are in each picture and we'll go through it quickly and move on. When we get to the reception, you have to consider your parent dances, mother, son, father, daughter, and whatever other dances you guys do. I've had couples who split the dance with their birth father and their stepfather, and I think that's totally amazing. That way they both get that special time. I've even had a bride that was walked up the aisle by both her father and her stepfather. So you guys can incorporate it based on what you're comfortable with. Lastly, if there is or has been any kind of family drama, just you guys remember that this is your wedding day, and you get to set those ground rules for how things are going to go. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys. I really hope that no one has to worry about this, but I know that it is out there and there are plenty of couples who do have to worry about it. So let me know if you have any other questions, or if you're not sure how to navigate certain situations. I'm happy to message you back privately and we can kind of talk about what you're going through. And don't be afraid to share this with your parents and step parents and everybody, and hopefully everyone will be on the same page.